What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Raider City Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I would like to speak to you about the PlayStation. It has gotten to the point where they're not going to release any more physical disc for any of the games that are going to come out for the PlayStation, which really sucks because lots of people, including me, loves physical media. Since we're in 2026, technology has advanced so much in over the 20-year span since 2006. It has gotten way better, and now people have moved to digital stuff mostly. We have gotten the platforms of Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max. All of those include movies that you could have bought on disc, DVDs, Blu-rays. But now most of us, including me, we mostly watch stuff from those streaming services, and it's kind of rare now to actually have physical media nowadays. For example, if you do like a TV show a lot, I'll give you an example of what I did. Smallville. I love that show dearly. One of my top 3 shows of all time. I got all the seasons for that TV show on DVD, and it was worth it. I had them all in physical media, and if one day maybe on a streaming service they take it out, then that would really suck for me. But now, since I have the physical media, the physical disc, I'm able to watch it at any time I want to. That has happened to me before with the show called Everybody Loves Raymond. There's another TV show that I used to watch on Peacock, but they just recently took it out of Peacock, which really sucks. I was so close of actually finishing the TV show, man, and yeah, it's probably is not gonna come back. Maybe it will, but it just sucks. It really does suck because I really wanted to finish watching the TV show. I maybe had like a season left. I was in season 9. I'm sure there were 10 seasons. But yeah, it was so disappointing for that to happen. And now that's going to happen for PlayStation games. Maybe not just only for PlayStation, but also for the newest Xbox, the Xbox Helix. They're not going to release any physical console version with a disc drive on it. They're just only going to have a console just with plain digital stuff. You were able to go in on the menu and just purchase stuff from there digitally. Yeah, there's not going to be no consoles coming with a disc drive, which really does suck. What is going on, man? I was just so shocked, man. I was really shocked when I heard the news from PlayStation doing this. It was good to have options, you know? It was great if you really were a person that really likes the cover art or something like that, or even they could have just borrowed the video game from somebody else. They could have let you borrow the video game. A best friend, a sibling, you could actually let them borrow the video game if you were done with it. But now, it's going to be all digital. What if one day a company decides to actually just get rid of the games just like that? And that has happened before. You guys ever remember the game called PT? Well, it wasn't a video game. It was just like a playable teaser for the canceled video game of Silent Hill. It was gonna be from Hideo Kojima. That's the guy who created the Metal Gear Solid video game series, and he was going to direct that game. But since there was some issues with him and Konami, they canceled this project, and they said that if that they were going to delete that game from the PlayStation Store, so you weren't no longer going to have the chance to actually download it, unless you still kept it on your Play Store library. Like if you install the game, you're still gonna have it on there until you delete it. But if you delete it, there was no chance of you to actually get it back because it was gone. It was gone from the PlayStation Store, just like that. It was like so disappointing when I heard that news. It was years ago. Maybe I think it was like around 2012 or 2013. It was like when the PS4 actually like just barely came out, maybe like a year later or so, or two. And that game was pretty good, man. It was a pretty scary demo. It had a lot of potential to be a great game, but since Konami and Kojima that had issues with each other, that's when Kojima moved and started his own studio, Kojima Productions. The only two games he has created so far, it is Death Stranding 1 and the second one. I still haven't played the second one, but the first one, there's always some issues I always had with the gameplay, but the story that he tries to tell, it is unique, you know. The gameplay, it could be better, in my opinion. But like his stories, they tell something pretty cool, and maybe like in a different dimension or something like that. He could have been like a movie director instead of a gaming director, you know? Yeah. That's what I think about Hideo Kojima. He could have been a great movie director, but he focused more on the gaming aspect. Yeah, but this is so disappointing hearing this news about physical media being gone on January 2028. I wasn't looking forward to that, man, at all. It's just sad, you know? And same thing, Xbox followed whatever PlayStation does, because as we all know, PlayStation is the major company, Sony, basically. It sucks, man. When it comes to gaming, Sony is usually the main one, and I think Microsoft just follows what they mostly do. Or it could be vice versa, whichever one you think. But I feel like Sony has the better console. But now, the Nintendo Switch. I feel like they could still do cartridges for the Switch, but I don't know for how long are they going to do it for. Maybe they're going to release a console just for Nintendo, all digital and stuff, and they're going to follow suit as well. It is so disappointing, man. Yeah, it's really sad, you know, just seeing physical games just come to an end. I was a kid that grew up playing video games. Like, you put the CD in the damn console, and now that's just taken away from you. And that aspect of just letting like a friend or a sibling borrow your video games is okay, and then they let you borrow some video games that they have. Now they're taking that aspect away of physical media. This has happened already with, I believe, with Best Buy. I believe they're not selling any more physical media. Well, I could be wrong about that one, or maybe it is Walmart. One of those two is not selling any more physical media for movies and stuff like that. Because I did saw some news a year or two ago that they were planning on doing that. But now it has come to gaming, which is so disappointing. This is sad, man. It's just really not good, you know? Will they ever go back and actually change their minds? I highly doubt it, man, because like I mentioned to you in the beginning of this podcast, we're in 2026 and technology has advanced so much and people adapt to technology. And probably they're going to force people to do the same thing with the new system of the PS6 and the Project Helix console for Xbox. Yeah, they're going to make people adapt to their systems, all being all digital and stuff, which is disappointing, dude. This is just the way that things are, and as for GameStop, that was like the standard, man. That was like the main one that everybody goes to for games because it's called GameStop. You stop to get the games. What is going to happen to GameStop? Is it really going to go out of business because nobody's going to make any more physical media for video games? And probably like the only thing that's going to keep them in business, it might be retro gaming or something like that. Like old school video games now. Like the Xbox 360 games, the old school Xbox, the PS2, PS3, all of them like that. The Nintendo 64, that's going to be probably the gold mine for anything retro related for gaming. But for how long though? How long are they going to keep them in business? It just really sucks, you know. Just seeing gaming physical media go just like that, man. Nah, there's got to be a way, man. There's got to be a way to bring it back. But like I mentioned to you, as the way we're going, technology is advancing so much, and we're probably going to go all digital. That's just the truth. Most of the things is going to go all digital. Gaming has catched up to it already, which is sad, man. Yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to tell you about this breaking news. It's just crazy, man. I really didn't thought that was ever gonna happen, but it's going to happen in the year 2028 for Sony Studios and for Microsoft as well for the Xbox. I'm sure they will do the same thing. Wow, it really does suck, you know. And yeah, guys, that is it. That's all that I really wanted to speak to you about today. If you guys did enjoy this podcast, make sure to follow it on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it and also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about gaming news or anything horror related. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.